The French Revolution, a story of taxes. The main reasons for the French Revolution, was it the big burden on the third estate? Let's find out. In this picture, the spider represents the clergy, the nobility, who are powerful and privileged and they feed on others. The insect represents the poor common man, the third estate, who are being exploited. First, let's take a look at the composition of the French society in the pre revolution era. French society consisted of the clergy, first estate, nobility, second estate, and the third estate. People who had special functions in the church, they had huge lands and wealth, enjoyed privileges from the birth, and got exemptions in the taxes. All these people belonged to the first estate or the clergy. The structure of the clergy was divided into two parts, consisting of the higher clergy and lower clergy. Then comes the nobility, who made up of about 1.5 to 2% of the population in France, and they were also divided into two groups: nobles of the sword, who were hereditary nobles, and the nobles of the robe, who gained their titles through holding various posts in administrative offices and royal courts. They also enjoyed privileges like exemptions from the tax, just like the clergy. They also had exclusive rights of land ownership and political power. They dominated the royal courts and parliaments. They also had exclusive rights. Only the nobles could hunt and wear swords or hold high military ranks. The third estate in the pre revolutionary France was the largest, most diverse, and most exploited estate. Unlike the clergy and the nobility, they had no privileges and they carried heavy burdens of taxation. The third estate constituted about 98% of the French population and included the peasants who worked the land for the noble landlords. They paid the rents, feudal dues, and tithe to the church, but yet they suffered from poverty, food shortage. They also included the urban workers and artisans, servants, laborers, who lived difficult lives and were affected by rising prices of the bread and unemployment. It also included the wealthy middle class who were more educated than the peasants. The third estate carried huge economic burdens. They paid the taille, land tax, and were obliged to do unpaid labor on the roads, and they funded nearly all of the state's expenses. But they had no political privilege. In the estate general, each estate had one vote. It meant that the third estate was always outvoted by the clergy and the nobility. Tell. It was a direct land tax paid only by the third estate. A tax on the salt was also paid only by the people of third estate. Another tax in the form of forced unpaid labor on public works such as the road maintenance was also mandatory for the peasants. And tithe, a religion tax paid to the church, usually about 10% of the person's income or harvest, was also mandatory for the third estate. So they were exploited. Then came the subsistence crisis in France. What is the subsistence crisis and how it affected the people? A subsistence crisis is when people can't get enough food to survive, often due to high prices, crop failure, or economic hardships. A subsistence crisis emerged in France also because of rapid increase in the prices of bread. The wages of the workers didn't match this increasing hike and they suffered a lot. Before the French Revolution in 1789, France's middle class grew rapidly, both in size and influence. They also challenged the old system. They were a part of Third Estate but were more educated than the peasants. Then suddenly a news broke out that Louis XVI planned to impose more taxes. This further fueled the anger in the people of the Third Estate. Philosophers like John Locke, Rousseau, and Montesquieu at that time were spreading the ideas of freedom and equality. Their ideas inspired people to challenge the old system. John Locke, in his book Two Treatises of Government, criticized the absolute right of the monarch. Rousseau, in his book The Social Contract, proposed a form of government based on social contract between the people and their representatives. And Montesquieu, in his book The Spirit of Laws, gave the concept of separation of powers between the legislature, the executive, and the judiciary. Now, let's see what were the actual reasons for the outbreak of the revolution. May 5th, 1789 is a very important date in the history of France. King Louis XVI convened the Estates General at Versailles. It was the first time since 1614 that the Estates General had been called to resolve the financial crisis in France. The Third Estate, which represented 98% of the population, demanded equal representation and an end to the privileges of the clergy and the nobility. But their demands were ignored, and that is why they later declared themselves as the National Assembly, thus marking the beginning of the political revolution. It was the first spark of the revolution. Thank you.